We're in for another interior design and fashion crossover video, but this time I wanted to talk about how your fashion and interior design style might relate on more of a micro level, rather than just talking about things that exist within the building or renovation process and outfits as a whole. Rather than talking about those, I kind of want to talk about actual home decor items that anyone can bring into their space if they're looking to buy something new or buy something used, whatever. And how if you don't really know where to start or what kind of home decor you like, you can get some hints based on certain things that you might wear or certain things that you might like. And I think that there is a lot of obvious crossover from fashion to interior design. A lot of materials are the same, like, you know, leather and cotton and linen and all of that. Those can be applied to both fashion and interior design. So I didn't want to just talk about like, here, if you like this leather chair, you might like this leather jacket, or if you like this linen blanket, you might like these linen pants, whatever. I kind of wanted to find little connections that my brain makes between fashion and interior design, and things that I think if you like one, you'll like the vibe of the other, on just that, a vibe basis, not necessarily that they have a ton of literal things in common, but I am going to explain maybe why my brain went there. You'll understand once we get started. You can actually learn a lot about both fashion and interior design from Skillshare, which is the sponsor of today's video. So thank you so much to Skillshare for supporting my channel and sponsoring another video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. The really cool thing about Skillshare is that they put together custom learning paths, which are curated sequential class collections that can help you master a specific skill. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with fashion and now interior design, and I've taken both a fashion class and an interior design class on Skillshare that I've loved. The interior design one I took was called Interior Design: Create a Plan for Your Perfect Room, and it was all about how to take your inspiration photos that you've collected and actually translate them into your own unique design, following simple and tangible steps. I also love Skillshare's Learn by Doing approach, where members can actually share a project after completing a class and get feedback from the community. And right now, the first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Phoebe. And my first little connection that I made is that if you like white lace, you might want to bring in fabric or paper lighting into your space. Fabric or paper lighting meaning obviously the shade is fabric or paper. And this can be if you like wearing white lace in the form of pants, in the form of a white lace tote bag, anything in this material. I think you would maybe enjoy having a fabric or paper shaded light in your house. And this one, I guess, is kind of self-explanatory. I think anyone could see the energy similarities between the two. Very like light and bright fabrics that are airy and have movement in them. I think that because these two elements are so light and bright and airy, like I said, they work really well in a space or in an outfit where you need to kind of balance out heaviness that's going on, whether that's heaviness in the form of a lot of rock solid, hard, intense, dark materials in your space, or in the form of more rugged, dark materials in your outfit. But my own advice aside, I think that if you are drawn to white lace in fashion, these kinds of lights might be something that bring an energy to your space that you really like. The next thing I want to talk about is the connection between denim and wood. I've talked about this before in one of my last videos where I was comparing full outfits to full rooms and talking about how I feel like wood is to interior design as denim is to fashion. And particularly now, I want to talk about if you like vintage denim, maybe you might want to bring some used wooden pieces into your space. Denim and wood are both very grounding materials. Denim is such a base in a lot of outfits and outfit formulas, and it's a very solid base and a reliable base, if you will. And I feel the exact same way about wood in spaces. It's a very grounding material. It's kind of reliable visually and energetically. You know that it's gonna look nice. I don't think a lot of people hate denim or wood, but if you're a lover of vintage denim, I think looking for some secondhand wooden furniture for your space is something you might really like. And I say used particularly because, of course, if you like that vintage look of denim, that worn look of denim, worn in a little bit softened, maybe you might like the same thing in your wooden furniture. Not just in the literal sense of like liking the secondhand used vibe, but also in the sense that it softens it and makes it more personal. And I think if you're drawn to that kind of thing in clothing, if you feel comfortable in clothing that feels worn, feels personal, feels softened, you might like the same kind of energy in your space, having something solid and grounding like wood, but having it be a little bit worn in and softened and more personal feeling. The next little idea of mine is that if you like wearing statement earrings, or you like the look of statement earrings even on other people, you might want to consider bringing in unique curtains or statement curtains. Can be subtle. Just like a statement earring, it can be anything from just a little chunky earring to a long, dangly, colorful earring. Any kind of statement earring. If you're drawn to those, I think a parallel you can make is curtains in your house. And this is, we're getting a little bit more conceptual here. I think the reason my brain went here is because they're a pair of things that draw the eye down vertically, especially if it's a dangly earring. And people always say that hardware is the jewelry of your house, but I think there are so many other things that are like accessories to the home, where if you can't change the hardware because it's a rental or because it's too expensive, you can bring in other things that act like jewelry, act like accessories. And I feel like curtains are kind of a parallel to statement earrings in my mind. It can be simple on this side as well. It can be as simple as just a color other than a neutral, or a small pattern, or lace curtains. And I feel like there's something very feminine about curtains. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like there's something very feminine about curtains, and there's something feminine about a statement earring as well. And I think they bring a similar kind of energy to an outfit in a room. Next one is if you're a tote bag girly. If you like carrying fun tote bags, consider being a fun bath towel or fun hand towel girly as well. And anytime I say girly, it's gender neutral. For some reason, I feel like canvas and terry cloth have kind of similar energies, and I think I link the two together in my head because I always see, you know, living at the beach the past 5 years, I would see people wearing cute tote bags with their beach towels poking out, and I just associate tote bags and beach towels. But I think that when we're talking about your home, obviously you're not going to display your beach towels, but I think there are so many fun patterned and colored bath towels as well that you can play with, and I think that also can be kind of like an accessory to your room, because it's not one of the first things you would think of when you're designing a room, but it is something that's going to exist in that room kind of all the time. So it is a piece of home decor if you let it be. And I think just as tote bags can be either a very simple, minimal addition to your outfit or a fun pop of color, pattern, personality, I think bath towels can do the same thing. You can, you know, intentionally pick out minimalist ones that add that lightness and simplicity to your space that it might need, or you can play around with a fun pattern or color that adds to the material palette and color palette of your space, because it is going to exist in that space most of the time. The next one, and I feel like I'm gonna lose some of you on this one because we're getting very just like my brain made these connections and I almost can't explain why, but I guess I'll try to explain why. Flip-flops and coffee mugs. Stay with me. If you're a fan of flip-flops, specifically when you're actually styling an outfit, if you like styling flip-flops in your outfit, you like the juxtaposition of a nice, well thought out outfit with something simple and effortless like a flip-flop, I think you might also enjoy having your coffee cups, intentional, beautiful, simple coffee cups as part of your home decor. Again, like the towel thing, you don't think of these personal belongings as interior design, but they are home decor if you let them be, if you want them to be. If you put them on a shelf in your kitchen where they stay there, put them on open shelving, or put them out on your kitchen table or your dining room table and kind of leave them as place settings. Anything that introduces a new material, a new shape, a new energy into your space is part of its home decor. I talked in one of my other videos about the idea of decorating with your mess, how picking intentionally and placing intentionally things that that you use all the time that can work well with your space can add a lot of personality to your space, make them feel personal to you and make them feel lived in, and also let you not have to worry about tucking everything away into a cabinet or into a drawer. And I think that if you like that more toned down, more casual, more personal look of a flip-flop with the rest of your outfit, I think you might like the look of leaving some things out like coffee mugs or teacups or saucers or whatever out and about in places where you might use them, in places where you have used them, in places that make sense for them to be left, but that can still kind of add a small piece of personality and visual interest into the rest of the space. And my last one for today, and please let me know if you like this video concept because it is so much fun for me to think about and make. And I already have a list of more for a part 2 if you guys like this video. It depends if you guys enjoy this or not. My last one for today is claw clips and vases. This is another one where I feel like there is something so feminine about a claw clip and about a vase. Obviously, accessories that are mostly worn by women do feel kind of feminine, but I do feel like if you're someone who dresses a little bit more masculine, you might be less likely to reach for a claw clip, and that just might be based on what I've seen and I've gathered out in the world. I don't know if anyone else will agree with me or feel that way, but I feel like claw clips are kind of associated with a more almost maternal and feminine style. Again, that might be from my own bias from seeing my mom wearing them all of my life growing up, and then they weren't really in style anymore until kind of recently, relatively speaking. So when I think of a claw clip, I think of like a beautiful, nurturing mother. Guys, I'm going too far, I know. And then obviously flower vases feel very feminine. The curvature of them, the fact that flowers feel feminine in general. Glass, glazed ceramics, certain antique metals, things that vases are made of give me that same kind of feminine energy that I think you might enjoy if you also like wearing claw clips. I know this was a quick one, but I just wanted to dabble to see if you guys like hearing my thoughts on fashion and interior design and how they relate to each other on a more micro scale. I'm not linking the things that I'm saying I think you should buy for your home just because I want you guys to know that this is just my pure thoughts and I'm not trying to sell you anything or get you to click links or anything. But if there's anything I posted that you really want a recommendation of where I think you should look for that item, let me know in the comments below and I can give you my recommendations of what brands and sites I have seen them on before. And also, if you want to see a part 2, feel free to comment anything, any little fashion thing or any little home decor thing that you want me to cover, and I will tell you its corresponding piece in my head. Am I making any sense? I hope that this was fun and not just weird, but if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you guys want to, and with that, I'll see you in a few days with another one. Bye guys.